welcome to Leo season. Thanks for tuning in to the Embodied Astrology podcast. My name is Renee Sills. I'm a consulting astrologer and an embodiment educator. And I am taking some much needed time off this summer. So these horoscopes were recorded way back in Gemini season. Please let me know how they land for you in the comments. And just know that I do read my comments, and I'm always so grateful to hear how the current influences are affecting everyone differently. Astrology is vast and sun sign horoscopes are general, so remember that not everything will resonate for everyone and to take what works and leave the rest. I also want to remind you that horoscope astrology is most accurate for your rising sign. But, pro tip, there are 30 degrees in every sign, and if your rising degree is later than 25, I would recommend also listening or reading to the horoscopes for the signs that follow yours. If you have a different rising and sun sign, listen for your sun sign for information on your general energy. And you can also listen to your moon and Venus placements for more insight into the current state of your relationships. If you enjoy my readings, make sure to check out your 2025 year ahead expanded horoscope. Those readings are discounted by 25% now, but still have so much information that is very relevant to this year and to this season. You can find them linked in the show notes below. I also want to invite you to join me with my friend, colleague, and collaborator, Ramon Parrish, on the Leo New Moon, July 24th, for a special online event we're hosting based on Ramon's recently published book, Drama of the Planets. We'll learn about Ramon's process as an intuitive poet and practice tuning in with our natal charts, celestial muses, and planetary allies for inspiration in our own artistry and poetry. If you want to work with me personally, you can find me on Mondays in Somatic Space, a weekly online class where we practice embodying current astrology through gentle exploratory movement, meditation, and visualization. If this work benefits you and you want to help me keep giving these monthly readings for free, please consider signing up for a recurring monthly donation. If every one of our listeners gave $1 a month, we would cover all of our operating expenses and have funds freed up to offer you even more. Other great ways to support this work are to follow, subscribe, like, comment, sign up for our free newsletter, and send this work to your friends and networks. Links for everything are in the show notes, and you can also find everything I just talked about at embodiedastrology.com. All right, everybody, welcome to Leo season. Meow. Your horoscopes are coming up next. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to Leo season. We enter into Leo season with a Mercury retrograde that started off in Cancer season. And right away, this Mercury retrograde is a powerful one. It is combining its influence with a very dramatic looking new moon on the 24th of July. So when we're working with a Mercury retrograde, we are working with opportunities to apply the RE prefix. And I do not agree or appreciate with the ideas that retrogrades are bad. I truly feel that retrogrades are opportunities to work, especially with RE prefixes. RE prefixes are awesome. Rest, remain, return, reclaim, remediate, revise. What other kinds of fun words? Refuse, reuse, recycle. So when we're working with RE prefixes, we are supported to take our time, to slow down, to research, to get the information that we need. Typically the mistakes and disaster stories that you hear about retrogrades are when people don't let themselves do that. And we do live in a society that seems to think that, progress is constant and the only way it happens is forward. And that is just not true. We all know this in our life experiences. To actually evolve and grow, it is a cyclical, spiralic kind of process. We cannot progress in our consciousness and evolution if we're not able to reflect. And this capacity for reflection is a gift. of a retrograde, especially with Mercury, because Mercury's symbol has to do with cognition and coherence and consciousness itself. So we enter into Leo season. Mercury is retrograde in Leo for pretty much a good chunk of the season. It will station direct on August 11th, but it's in its shadow until the 25th of August, and we've already entered Virgo season by then. Leo in the Cancer solar charts rules the second place. The second place has to do with your possessions, your wants, your needs, how you sustain and satisfy yourself. Traditionally, this is a place that is concerned with your earned income and material possessions. I think that before we ever get to materiality, we have to be with embodiment and spirituality and sentiment. Our relationship to money and material possessions has everything to do with our relationship to our own values. Some people don't think money is the be all end all, and that is okay. Some people have a lot of money trauma and scarcity trauma. That's also okay. Some people, are more concerned with other things. Before we even get there, we have to get in here. We have to get into the value systems. We have to get into the sense of self-worth. We have to get into the internal relationship of receiving anything at all, because this place in your chart has to do with you getting your needs met. And let's say you are a person who didn't get your needs met in the ways that you needed to when you were a young person. And that's the case for, unfortunately, a lot of people. A lot of people are born into households where, for so many reasons, they do not get their needs met right away. So you might be a person that has a little bit of baggage around being able to receive what you want and need, right? Welcome to the club. This Mercury retrograde is an opportunity for you to be reflective around your relationship with receptivity. That's where I really want to start, is how do you let things in? What do you let in? What are you able actually to receive? Now, this Mercury retrograde is working strongly with Pluto in your 8th house, and Pluto has entered your 8th house over the last couple of years. It's a very long transit. It will be here until 2043. Pluto came into this place after 16 years in your 7th house, which is a place of partnerships. And I think that since 2008, a lot of Cancers have been fighting a long battle, a hard-won battle for your self-worth. I think that a lot of you had to claim it again. You had to get it back somehow, maybe through a string of relationships, maybe through a string of breakups, maybe through some particular relational dynamic that really brought you through a transformative experience, maybe through your own loneliness. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is a deep relational component to this. And in the last 2 years, you have been doing this work to free yourself. And I think a lot of you are feeling way more liberated, way less concerned, again, with, what other people and what they think, what they don't think, what they want, what they don't want. You have a sense of yourself right now that I think you are trying also to reclaim and to get to know better. And so this Mercury retrograde to me feels like you are doing some big kind of psychological reflection as well. And there's this very strong feeling for me of, how do you let in what you want? How do you make yourself available and receptive to what is actually already here for you, and maybe what isn't here for you yet because you haven't yet allowed yourself to speak it out loud that you want it, or to kind of put it into action that it is something that you want. So what is it that you want? Where do you feel hungry? What are you wanting to manifest in your life right now? What are experiences that that you are calling in. Some of you are thinking a lot about resources with this retrograde. Now, resources definitely include your money and possessions, but they also include your time, your energy, your attention. They also include your skills and capacities, because these are things that you possess. And this retrograde is asking you to rework your relationships with possession. And I think that there's something here about you claiming your own value in a new and different way. Some of you may have skills and talents that you've always just taken for granted, or maybe you've developed them in the course of doing other things and you haven't really realized yet how valuable they are. But a lot of you have something and you're starting to figure out that you have it and that it is valuable and you can use it in certain ways and you want to use it and you're figuring out how to do it. There is a strong theme right now for you. I'm going to say what I already said. It's reclaiming. It's taking back what's yours. It's taking back resources that you have always been giving to other people. I feel that a lot of you have given a lot to your significant partnerships in relationships. A lot of you have given a lot to your job or to your role, right? Maybe you're a parent and that's also your job as well as your identity and your role, right? Like you just give so much to it, or you give so much to your family or something like that. And there's something about your vibe right now that you have to take it back. And that doesn't mean that you have to be totally selfish. It doesn't mean that you cannot share or give your energy to others, but you have to take something back. And I feel that a lot of you, what you're taking back is your self-worth. And as you take it back, you're recognizing that the ways that you historically have given to others maybe wasn't coming from a place of true desire to be giving. You may have been trying to get something, and that's why you were giving, right? A lot of people are giving attention, they're giving love because they need attention, right? But they might have a kind of like, I'm going to give it in order to get it kind of approach. And that's not wrong. And it's also, I think a lot of times that totally works, and there can be reciprocal mutual exchange with a lot of the things that we want to give and get. But some of you are having experiences right now where you're recognizing that you are giving energy, time, attention, money, other kinds of resources. You were giving because you wanted something, and you either no longer want what you were getting in return, or you're recognizing that you never even got that in return, and you were kind of convincing yourself that you just wanted to be giving, but now you don't want to be giving anymore, and you have to be looking at your reasons and motivations. So it feels like this retrograde is deeply psychological in your chart. I also feel that a lot of you are just doing a ton of work around self-love and really, really trying to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, trying to give yourself what you need so that you can give in the ways that are really supportive and sustainable for you. Mercury is making its inferior conjunction with the Sun on July 31st, and this is the day after Venus enters your sign and Chiron stations retrograde in Aries, your fellow cardinal sign. This is giving me big do less energy, like step back, do less, this kind of quality of awareness that you were giving in order to get, and now you need to make a new agreement. The contract has to shift. And the feeling that you can love yourself because you're a person, right? And people deserve love, and people deserve to just be. We don't have to do in order to be worthy of love and appreciation. Love and appreciation is everybody's birthright and entitlement, in my opinion, in my book on how it should be. Everybody should be loved. Everybody should have appreciation simply because they exist. And I feel that a lot of you really are feeling this in a new way. It's like you don't need to do all of that in order to be loved or lovable. And what all that is, I'm not sure. You can let me know in the comments if this resonates for you. But as we move into the month of August, I feel that a lot of you are doing less so that you can actually be more fully who you are and how you are. And as I was telling you in, I don't remember now which season I was talking to, maybe Cancer season, your joys are your biggest gifts. And you need to claim yourself and reclaim certain aspects of your joys right now. You know that you do, because that is what will allow you to give your biggest gifts. Now, as we move into the month of August, we are headed towards Mercury's station direct on August 11th. Venus has entered your sign, and on the same day that Mercury stations direct, Venus comes together with Jupiter in Cancer, right at 14 degrees. So those of you that have Cancer placements in the middle decan, like 10 to 20 degrees, wow. But all Cancer placements, wow. This is the best, one of the best transits of the year. This is big generosity energy. This is big love energy. This is big abundance energy. And Mercury is stationing direct in your second house. Mars has moved into your fellow cardinal sign, Libra. There's a lot that's going on around this period that feels very empowering for Cancerians. It feels very clarifying, particularly around your values and desires. It feels really supportive for you on a personal level. That then leads to action, and it's like you're able to like stake a claim in something and say, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is what I want to give, and this is what I want to get. And this energy is enormously attractive because it's clear, it's strong, it's empowered, and that is it's clarifying for who and what is moving around you. It's like, okay, that's what Cancer wants. They're clear about it. They're bold about it. They feel empowered about it. That's exciting. Let's hang out. So, Cancer, I hope that Leo season is a period of time for you when you give yourself some flowers. Give yourself the gifts that you are longing to get. And for most of my readings, I try to offer an embodiment practice. And the embodiment practice that I want to offer to you has to do with you giving yourself a gift. So we can do it as a visualization first, but then I want you to do it for real, for real. So let's just do it as a visualization for a moment. And what is coming to me, Cancer, is to ask you to visualize yourself now and when you were a child and what age you were. Just see what comes. So visualize yourself now and also visualize yourself when you were a child. And you might try to imagine that you are sitting next to your child self, having a little play date or something like that. Okay, and then let's do a gift swap. Okay, so this is all power of imagination. Whatever comes first, go with it. Okay, so first thought, best thought when we're doing visualization practices. So imagine you are sitting with your child self, whatever age that child might be. You are enjoying your time together. And oh, surprise, surprise, your child self has a gift for your current self. What is the gift? They're going to give it to you. Okay. Whatever emerges first in your mind, okay? First thought, best thought, don't try to make sense of it. Just note what the gift is, say thank you. And then you have a gift for your child self. What is it? Gifts don't have to only be material objects. They can be experiences. They can be a song and dance. What are you going to give your child self? Okay. Now use your imagination to visualize that you and your child self are both holding the gifts that each other has given And in this exchange, there is some kind of appreciation and gratitude flowing between you, and you're both going to say thank you. It's up to you and your imagination what you do next. And Cancer, I'm just going to follow that and say that sometime in Leo season, I would say that the Mercury cazimi around July 31st, Venus entering your sign July 30th, Mercury cazimi July 31st, Venus-Jupiter conjunction, Mercury station direct August 10th or 11th. Those feel like really good times for this. Give yourself a gift and maybe consider giving your child self that's still part of you a gift. What would they want? Strawberry ice cream cone? A day at the amusement park? I don't know what it is. I don't know what your circumstances are, what you can manage, but I give this to you as an embodiment challenge for your Leo season horoscope. Do a gift exchange with your inner child. Okay, Cancer? I hope any or all of that feels interesting and helpful for you. I am wishing you all the best in this season and beyond. Bye for now.